What is risk really? The risk comes when you don't know what you're doing. Warren Buffett. When I first heard this word, I thought, I wonder if the risk is really a danger from outside. Or does ignorance, unpreparedness, and indecision among us give rise to it? Warren Buffett is giving us a very clear message here. Risk is actually a result that we create most of the time. So, if we get into jobs we don't know about, there's a risk. If we speak unprepared, there is a risk. If we act without a plan, there will be a risk. So it's not about the chaos of the outside world. In our inner clarity. Today we will examine this promise not only as an investment philosophy, but as a life guide. Because if you know something right, even the risk turns in your favor. Part 1, Uninformed Courage, the most dangerous risk. When we look around today, one of the things we see the most is brave but unprepared people. They're moving, but they don't know where they're going. This is not courage, this is the courage of ignorance. Think of someone who wants to start a business. A business idea can be nice. But he doesn't know the Sunday, he doesn't know who the customer is, he has no financial literacy. At this point, the problem is not in the opinion. The problem is, he doesn't know what he's doing. Buffett is telling us here that the risk is not in that idea. The risk is hidden in your not being ready for that idea. And it's not just for work. In relationships, career changes. It is the same in educational elections. Part 2, what is it to know what you are doing? So what does it mean to know what you're doing? It consists of 3 elements. 1. Getting to know yourself. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What excites you? What consumes you? 2. Knowing your goal. Where do you want to go? Where should you be in 1 year? Does this step take you there? 3. Having knowledge. Collecting information before taking steps. Not to speak unknowingly, not to comment, not to invest. To make learning a habit. Because even in Buffett's investment style, the most important thing is the information-based decision. He does not act according to the first felt. He acts with data and analysis. Chapter 3, The Risks of Ignorance. It's not bad not to know something. But not knowing that you don't know him, that's the real danger. The person who doesn't realize that he doesn't know. He makes the wrong decision, it doesn't matter. He'll miss the opportunity, it doesn't matter. He repeats his mistakes, it doesn't matter. This is the biggest risk, lack of awareness. But for someone who is honest with himself, who can boldly say, I don't know, but I can learn, even the risk turns into a teacher. Because every learning process reduces the risk. And every conscious step moves you forward. Chapter 4, Practical Examples from Warren Buffett. Let's look at Buffett's own life. He reads 500 pages every day. Analyzes the company before investing. He doesn't invest in a sector he doesn't know about. He tries to be the most knowledgeable, not before everyone else. What did he do during the 2008 crisis when people were selling with panic? He examined the banking sector. Which company will survive, which will not sink? And he invested based on knowledge. Result. He grew up when everyone was losing money in that crisis. Why? Because he didn't take a risk? Took. But he knew what he was doing. Chapter 5, What does this mean in your life? Let's adapt this saying to your own life. Work. Are you going to start a new job? Learn the industry first. Know your competitors. Understand cash flow. Decide later. The risk decreases. Education. When choosing a section, do not proceed with points, but with passion. What do you want to know? Where do you want to be in 10 years? Choose consciously, not randomly. The risk decreases. Investment. Do you want to get into the crypto? Have you read about him? Do you understand how the system works? Or is it just because everyone is entering? That's the difference here. Knowing is the antidote to risk. Chapter 6, Let knowledge be the basis of your courage. Courage is a beautiful thing. But if it doesn't have a floor, it collapses. And then the step turns into a catastrophe, not into a movement. Knowledge provides a basis for your courage. A person who knows is not afraid to take steps. Because there is still a risk, but he has recognized it. He can manage what he knows. Courage without knowledge is wrong. But informed courage leads you to opportunity. This is exactly what Buffett says. The risk is in your hands. The risk comes when you don't know what you're doing. Don't forget that phrase. Because it can save you. From expensive mistakes. From the irrevocable ways. From fake opportunities. When will you take a step? Ask yourself these 3 questions. Why am I doing this? How am I supposed to do this? Am I sure about what I know? If your answer is clear, there is no risk, there is only progress. If the answer is unclear, learn first, then move forward. And know this. Knowledge is the best insurance. If combined with your courage, no one can stop you. Don't be afraid of what you don't know. But be afraid to act unknowingly. Because that's where the risk starts. If you are knowledgeable, you are the one who rules life.